Welcome back to the channel Bike Club, where the passion for two wheels never stops and the road always calls your name. Today, we're talking about something truly special, something that takes Harley-Davidson back to its roots while pushing it into the future. The 2026 Harley-Davidson Knucklehead. This bike isn't just a motorcycle, it's a bridge between generations, a living, roaring reminder of how a legend never dies, it just comes back stronger. The original Knucklehead from 1936 was the engine that started Harley's golden era. It had a raw, mechanical spirit, the kind that made you feel every turn of the piston and every thump of the crankshaft. It wasn't perfect, but it was real. And that's what made it legendary. Now, after nearly 90 years, Harley-Davidson is reviving that name, that legend, and giving it the rebirth it deserves in the form of the 2026 Knucklehead. So, what exactly is the 2026 Harley-Davidson Knucklehead? Well, imagine the vintage charm of a 1930s chopper combined with the technology, power, and performance of a 21st-century cruiser. The design team at Harley calls it heritage modernism, an approach that respects the past but never gets stuck in it. From the first look, you'll see that this motorcycle is a love letter to history, wrapped in cutting-edge engineering. First, let's talk about the heart of this machine, the engine. Under that beautifully sculpted tank sits Harley's latest power plant, the Milwaukee 8 Knuckle 117. It's a 1923cc V-twin, air and oil-cooled, designed to produce around 125 horsepower and an earth-shaking 135 pound-feet of torque. That's raw Harley muscle right there, ready to make the asphalt tremble beneath your tires. It's got that same unique engine cover design that gave the Knucklehead its name, shaped like knuckles, symbolic of the bike's original 1936 style. Harley kept that detail because they know their roots matter. But don't let that classic look fool you. This engine comes with modern fuel injection, variable valve timing, improved thermal management, and even a smoother clutch engagement system. That means less vibration, more control, and the kind of reliability that early riders could only dream about. Twist the throttle, and it roars to life, deep, throaty, and powerful, the way a true Harley should sound. The transmission is Harley's 6-speed cruise drive, paired with a slipper clutch for smoother downshifts. Whether you're cruising down the interstate or slicing through tight corners, it feels solid, stable, and perfectly balanced. The exhaust is a dual chrome setup with slash-cut tips that give off that pure Harley tone, loud enough to make your presence known, but refined enough to pass modern noise regulations. Now, let's talk about the design, because honestly, this is where Harley knocked it out of the park. The 2026 Knucklehead looks like a time machine that somehow rolled out of 1940 and landed in the future. It's got the same low-slung stance, the same hardtail-inspired frame, and that same iconic teardrop fuel tank, but everything is polished, proportioned, and perfected. The frame is made of high-strength steel with aluminum components to reduce weight while keeping that classic rigid look. Up front, you'll see a single round LED headlight that mimics the old glass bulb style from the 30s but shines with modern brightness. The front forks are fully adjustable for compression and rebound, while the rear uses a cleverly hidden monoshock that gives you all the comfort of a modern suspension without ruining that hardtail aesthetic. It's genius design work that honors the past while enhancing the ride. The seat is pure craftsmanship, hand-stitched leather, single-rider saddle, and ergonomically contoured for long-distance comfort. Harley says it spent months fine-tuning the seating position to give riders that classic upright stance, perfect for cruising with style. The dashboard is another brilliant mix of vintage and modern. At first glance, it looks like old analog dials, a big round speedometer, small tachometer, and fuel gauge. But when you power it up, the gauges come to life as a high-resolution digital display cleverly hidden behind glass. You get all your modern readouts, navigation, Bluetooth connectivity, ride modes, and trip info, but in a style that fits the bike's vintage theme. Harley even included a retro mode that changes the digital layout to mimic 1940s instrumentation. That's the kind of detail that makes this bike more than just a machine, it's a statement. Now, let's talk performance. When you take the 2026 Knucklehead out on the road, it's like stepping into two eras at once. You get that unmistakable Harley rumble, that heavy, confident feel, but with a responsiveness that surprises you. It accelerates hard, yet smooth. The torque delivery is instant, giving you that raw mechanical connection between man and machine. Harley's engineers worked hard to tune the throttle response, so it feels organic, not overprocessed. Every gear shift feels deliberate, like you're part of the engine itself. The ride quality is significantly improved from classic cruisers. Thanks to that hidden rear suspension and upgraded front forks, you glide over bumps that older Harleys would have rattled through. The brakes have also seen a big upgrade, dual front discs with Brembo calipers and a single rear disc. Combined with cornering ABS, traction control, and Harley's stability system, the Knucklehead rides as confidently as it looks. Harley even added customizable ride modes: Street, Road, and Heritage. Street gives you aggressive throttle and sharper response. Road balances comfort and control for highway riding. And Heritage tones everything down, giving you a smooth, relaxed ride that feels closest to the classic experience. The handling is surprisingly nimble. The steering geometry allows quick turns with minimal effort, and the weight distribution makes low-speed maneuvering easy. For a bike that looks vintage, it feels incredibly refined. And that's the point. Harley wanted to make something that feels nostalgic but rides like a modern dream. Let's move on to the aesthetics, because you can't talk about a Knucklehead without appreciating how it looks. The bike is dripping in chrome. From the valve covers to the exhaust, everything glistens in the sunlight. You get spoked wheels wrapped in retro whitewall tires, a chrome fuel cap, and optional side covers with engraved Knucklehead logos. Harley even offers a classic paint package, which includes hand-painted pinstripes and color options like vintage olive, sunset copper, and black pearl. For riders who want something more unique, Harley's Founders Edition is where things get serious. Only 1,936 units will be built, honoring the original Knucklehead's debut year. Each Founders Edition bike gets a numbered plaque, gold-plated tank emblem, custom brown leather seat, and a signature from the Harley design chief engraved on the handlebar clamp. The attention to detail is unbelievable. So how does all this history and craftsmanship translate to ownership cost? Here's the breakdown. The base model of the 2026 Harley-Davidson Knucklehead starts at around $24,999 USD. The Heritage Custom Package, which includes the special paint, upgraded seat, and wheel design, brings the price up to about $28,000 USD. And the ultra-limited Founders Edition will cost approximately $35,000 USD. That's a serious price, but this isn't just another motorcycle. It's a collector's item. A future classic that's meant to be ridden and admired. Harley is also offering optional add-ons like saddlebags, a detachable windshield, and custom exhaust setups. You can also upgrade the infotainment system for full smartphone integration, allowing navigation, calls, and music through Harley's app. Fuel economy is rated at around 45 miles per gallon, which is impressive considering the engine size and torque. With a 4.5-gallon tank, you can expect a comfortable range for long weekend rides, and maintenance intervals are extended compared to older models, making ownership easier and more affordable. One of the biggest things Harley has focused on is accessibility. They've tuned the seat height to around 27 inches, making it comfortable for a wide range of riders. The handlebars are adjustable, the clutch is lighter, and the controls are more intuitive. Harley wants this bike to appeal not just to old-school fans, but also to new riders who appreciate history and style. Harley-Davidson is marketing the 2026 Knucklehead as more than just a motorcycle. It's a symbol. It stands for the brand's past, its passion, and its promise to keep the flame alive. It's for those who believe motorcycles are not just transportation, but identity. The Knucklehead is for riders who want to feel something when they twist that throttle. And that's what makes it so special. The 2026 Knucklehead is not about numbers or speed records. It's about connection, to the machine, to the history, and to the feeling of freedom that only a Harley can deliver. It's the kind of motorcycle you ride on a Sunday morning just to hear that engine sing. It's the kind of machine that makes people stop and stare, not because it's flashy, but because it has soul. When you ride it, you feel the echoes of the 1930s, the spirit of those early riders who built an entire culture on two wheels. But you also feel the progress, the innovation, the craftsmanship that makes Harley-Davidson what it is today. It's old school meets new world, perfectly balanced in chrome and steel. So, what do we think of the 2026 Harley-Davidson Knucklehead? It's bold, it's beautiful, and it's unapologetically Harley. It proves that the company still knows how to honor its roots while embracing the future. It's a statement of heritage and pride, and for anyone who understands what that bar and shield logo stands for, this bike is pure poetry. So that's the 2026 Harley-Davidson Knucklehead, a living legend reborn for a new era. Let us know in the comments, Would you ride this masterpiece, or would you keep it as a collector's showpiece? And if you enjoyed this deep dive into Harley's latest creation, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, because here on Bike Club, we bring you the latest motorcycle news, reviews, and pure passion from the world of two wheels. This is Bike Club, signing off with the sound of freedom, chrome, and the open road. Ride safe, ride proud, and we'll see you in the next one. 5 clickbait titles. 1. 2026 Harley-Davidson Knucklehead, the legend is back. 2. The rebirth of a classic 2026 Knucklehead review. 3. Harley just revived the 1936 icon, meet the 2026 Knucklehead. 4. Vintage Soul, Modern Power, the new Harley Knucklehead. 5. 2026 Harley Knucklehead, a time machine on two wheels. Description: The legend returns. The 2026 Harley-Davidson Knucklehead brings back one of the most iconic names in motorcycle history. With vintage style, modern performance, and pure Harley soul, this bike is a bridge between past and present. Join Bike Club as we explore the design, performance, and price of this incredible machine. Hashtags USA. Hashtag Harley-Davidson. Hashtag Harley Knucklehead number 2026 Knucklehead. Hashtag Bike Club. Hashtag Motorcycle Review. Hashtag Harley Life. Hashtag Cruiser Motorcycle. Hashtag Motorcycle Legends. Hashtag American Motorcycle. Hashtag Vintage Reborn.